What's going on, y'all? We are back in the building. We are back in the building, and y'all, we're gonna talk about some content today. I'm just waiting on my people to get into the room real quick. Actually, I want to go ahead and get this thing started real quick. Sorry about that. Had to fix the volume. I don't know if any of you guys were able to tap in and get tuned in last night. But we talked a lot about content creation last night. And so we're going to do a little bit of that today. For those of you guys who may have missed last night, we're going to get into content creation specifically. Y'all, we're talking about content creation. So if you are interested, what's going on, people? What's going on, y'all? Come on into the room. If you are interested in making content in 2026, I am going to be helping you. What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Did y'all tap into today's live from earlier? I'm still dressed like I'm about to go someplace. So, I mean, you know. You like this blazer? You know what? I've had this blazer for a minute now. I think I got it from the Real Real. I think that's where I got it from. It's some designer, but then I got this R brooch right here, you know. I was dressed up earlier because I was doing a YT Lover is in Switzerland. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna put y'all. Can I put y'all comments on the screen? What happened to the comments on the screen? Hold on, y'all. Let me get this thing right. All right, hold on. How do I don't know how to put the comments back on the screen, y'all. My bad. They did something to this thing. They always doing something in the StreamYard app. I'm gonna have to move over the stream to something else. Okay. So you know what? I did not. We're gonna do Travel Tuesday tomorrow. So we're gonna be talking a bit about travel in tomorrow evening's live. But yeah, I went to Geneva, but I did not make it to Zurich or Zermatt. So I need to know the tea on that. Give me the tea on how that is. Um, oh, thank you, y'all. Man, listen, I know, right? I know. I got a I had a, I think I got an S somewhere, but you know, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, that's exciting. Congratulations. Congratulations. What are you presenting on? Well, obviously the economic forum, so that's that. That's nice. Thank you, L. Like I was doing so earlier this morning I did a podcast interview with my girl Anna Kenkosis and her co-host Ace, and they have the Reality Court podcast. So they talk about reality TV, but they also talk about entertainment news and that sort of thing. So that should be out tomorrow if it's not out already today. And so we were talking about the Golden Globes fashions. So that's pretty much where why I'm dressed up today. But I had to dress up last week as well because I had to do Good Day DC. So let me see. I don't want to do it. I was about to turn on this good TikTok live, but you know. Oh, you like it. So you know what? I have been thinking about just you know, getting dressed up a bit more anyway because I honestly felt like it's 2026. It's time for a little bit of new energy. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be doing some new things on the channel. So at nights, y'all, we're gonna be doing a little bit of like live chit chat. But I also want to help you guys in terms of scaling up and getting into your content bag. Jewel, you were here last night. Let the people know what we did last night and how good it truly was because we really got into some things about how you can start your content creation journey. And a lot of you, I absolutely know you are scared. You are like in your head about creating content. So let me give you a prime example of what you're scared of. You're scared of nobody watching you, right? But I'm gonna tell you like this. When you first start, and let me hit this, let me go on, make sure I'm trying to hit all the platforms all at once, but that might not work. So we'll see. I don't know what that is. How that happen? Go away. Go away. Go away. All right, whatever. We'll worry about that on another day. So a lot of you guys are afraid of a low view number. You're afraid of what happens if people see you trying to do something new. And I will tell you that while you may think it is a valid concern, what you need to know about content is somebody may not see what you're doing today, right? So we might not have the normal crowd on here because guess what? To be honest with you, the normal crowd is probably going to be more interested in getting some tea. I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with that because I understand that that's what people have become accustomed to on my channel. But if you are in the know, like a lot of you guys are, you will know that my interests lie much further beyond just reality TV, right? I love reality TV. It's fun to me. It's like a little release, and I love talking about it. And it has opened up a whole lot of doors for me. But at the same time, my interests are also in helping people, right? So I told them last night, I said, I work with clients during the week. I try not to do as much during the weekend because I try to reserve my weekends for, if there's a little bit of news and tea and recaps that we need to do. But I like to try to go to church. I have found a church home here, which is oftentimes kind of difficult. If you've ever moved around the country a lot, like I've lived in LA, I've lived in Miami, I've lived in Michigan. So you will know that it's not always easy to find a church home. You know what I'm saying? So finding a church home, I want to be able to go to church on the weekends. I want to be able to spend some downtime on the weekends as well. So it's kind of like you want to just be able to chill on the weekends. But during the week, when I'm not making video content, I'm helping clients and I'm working with them to either start their content creation journey or I'm working with them to enhance their content creation journey. So whether that's on YouTube, whether that's on TikTok, whether that's on Facebook, whatever platform it is. And I will tell you the most common theme that I see with each and every, just about all of my clients is one, one, they are usually afraid of nobody watching, right? They'll see, well, it was only one or two people in the room. I want to tell you something. I want you to recognize something. Have you ever been in a room with another person and you help that other person? Do you know how big that is to that person right there? So then I want to tell you to imagine you talking to a room of 5 people. So sometimes y'all we all do this. We mistake this number that we see online. So like if it's 81 people in here now, right? It could be that I'm used to talking to 500 to 600 people when I'm talking about the tea. And that's cool because I understand the dynamic of that. But if you put 81 people in a room, 81 people that are interested in what you have to say, do you know what it looks like to have 81 people listening to you all at one time? That's a lot of people because you know that they're there specifically for you and for the information that you have to give them. So whether you are a notary or have a notary license or certification, like L in the chat, like we discussed, like Tony from last night in the chat, and that's one of these other things that we come to realize is that once we start also publicizing what it is that we do, I don't care if it's to a room full of 1 to 2 to 10 people, then that means that you have an audience of people that you can help, right? That means you start with what you have. Do you know how many content creators make tons of money and they only have 700 followers or 700 subscribers? But what ends up happening is those 700 subscribers or followers end up becoming like fans of what you have to say. They become hooked on what you have to say. And oftentimes, I'm gonna tell you the truth, subscriber count and numbers, those can be vanity metrics because the algorithms may not always show your content to everybody that's following or subscribed to you. So you have to understand that. Once you understand that, then you start to say, oh, let me start showing up for the people that I know I can help. Okay. You start to realize how important it is for you to start. All right, Didi. So you have the content, but you're afraid to start. That's what I hear from everybody. I promise you, the people that I have helped, you would not believe. Okay, that's number one. And I would never say unless somebody volunteers that that you have worked with me in the chat. But the caliber of people that I have helped and the types of industries that they're in, I just this is the most common phrase. Some people have they're not as afraid, but they just need a little bit of a nudge. So Didi, for you, here's the thing about where you are. You already have content. So something in your mind was already telling you, oh, I need to be creating my content. Let me just hit the live button over here. So something in you was already saying, I need to create my content. And so you hit record. You already hit record. So you already had it in your brain that you were going to keep this content or you were going to do something with this content. So that's when it starts right there. The moment that you hit record and you said, I'm going to record my content, that was the moment that your idea came to life, right? So the next thing that you need to do is you need to understand that you didn't do that by accident. You did that on purpose. You set it out in your mind that I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to record this thing, this experience, and I'm going to do something with it. And I always tell people you don't have a content problem. You have a confidence problem. Okay? You don't have a problem creating the content. You don't have a problem, editing the content. The content will sit there in your phone and you just will not post it. Why? Because you have a confidence problem. 9 times out of 10, the people I work with all face the same thing. And it is this exact comment right here. I have content and I'm afraid to start. Crying emoji. That's honestly it. L says he dropped so many nuggets. I'm working on my ebook now. Yes, L, that's what I'm talking about. And L, you were again in the chat last night, and you are evidence of what it is that I'm speaking about. You show up and you let people know what it is that you do. Businesses, they run on advertising, right? Whether it's online or whether it's in print, all businesses function based on advertising. That's why you see ads literally everywhere you go. And so what you then have to realize is you have the opportunity to run your own ads, but that ad is technically organic content. So organic content is basically just you showing up online, literally. You showing up online and Didi, like you said earlier, posting that content. So you could be a travel content creator, whether you are a beauty content creator, whatever it is that you want to call yourself, or wherever your interests lie. You could even just be someone who loves food and you could post pictures of your food. Do y'all know that those types of things go viral? Also, thanks for the love over there on the TikTok. Thanks for the hearts. I appreciate y'all. But let me tell y'all, I mean, it just it excites me to talk to you about this stuff because I just know that there are so many of you who are sitting there and saying to yourself, oh, I want to do this. I've been wanting to do this, but I'm just afraid. I'm just scared. I don't know what people are going to think. Right. Human nature of being scared of rejection and not being accepted and supported. That's really what it is right there. What you're fearing, what you feel right now is natural. It is normal. There is this fear of rejection or of not being accepted. But I'm just one of the voices of many, content creators who just simply said, I don't care. It's more important that I get out this thing that I want to talk about than it is for me to sit on it and just stay still. Daphne says, last night was amazing. I completed the first item I had on my calendar for today. That's what I'm talking about. It really is the reason why I started this series is really to inspire you to action. That is the goal. In 2025, I felt like a lot of us had ideas, we had big plans, and we did not follow it up with execution. And so I want us to lean into 2026 with execution because that's the only place that's the only thing that's going to take us further, right? That's the only thing that's going to say, okay, I'm going to take myself from point A to point Z. That's always our goal, right? We're always trying to get from point A to point Z. And then our other goal is to help other people go from point A to point Z. So when you think about it, what we're offering is a transformation in whatever it is that you are attempting to create with your content, right? If I'm talking about reality TV, I want you to go from not knowing to knowing. I want you to go from understanding what happened, seeing the episode, to now understanding my perspective of the episode. Or as the creator, sometimes I want to go from seeing the episode and talking with y'all about the episode. That's really what it becomes. So either way, despite whatever it is, always think about your content as taking people from A to Z. And if you do that, that is where you find success. That's literally it. Dee says, I'm like, I don't want to show my face for people who knows me to laugh at me. This is a good one. This is a good comment right here. What's up? What's up? That's my boo right there. That is my boo. Thank you, LRGA, baby. I love you. We go back. You don't want to show your face because you're afraid that people will laugh at you. That is also a common fear. And I told y'all last night, there is this right here that I am an affiliate for. I think that this is Nancy, what she put together with this faceless wealth. That's another thing. You can just literally get on and you can actually just promote other products. So like, especially like with TikTok, that TikTok is the best place to literally just hop on and promote other products, and you don't have to show your face. People are out there making a lot of money and they're not even showing their faces. They're just showing products. And that's something that you can also do as well. So Didi, if you feel like you cannot get over that hurdle, or maybe you just don't want to, you do not have to show your face at all. And there's literally a play right here for you to go about how you can go about creating content and not showing your face. The link is in my description or my bio. So check that out. But I want to get back to your comments because I see them. January says, Richie, you shut it down last night. I had you playing in the background, singing in the background. This comment right here takes me out. Now paging Dr. Skye, Dr. Contessa, Dr. Amen. Knowledge is power. Jewel says, truly mind-blowing. Last night, 90% walked away with business advice that could build legacies. Don't overthink it, but do something. Do it dumb. We encountered abundant blessings, step-by-step content. Man, this is literally it. This is why I wanted to do this, because I wanted somebody to be able to say, I walked away with a solid plan. Even if you did not tap into the creator starter kit, I'm gonna put the link for that in the chat. I literally created that simply for people who want to just start the content creation journey, but you don't know where to start. You don't know where you want to, like, you don't know how to, you have questions about creating the content. And I could tell you easily. It's honestly as easy as picking up your phone and starting to record. Like, it really is. But some people, they want that extra, like, I need to know this. I want to know the step by step. So that's what the creator starter kit is for. It's literally that, and it's less than the cost of dinner. Um L is right. It makes the world so much smaller and connected. It's the quality over quantity thing. Um let's see another comment. Jewel says connections were made in the chat. Richie opened the chat to post our business needs and challenges. Scared, closed mouths don't get fed. Amen. 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 Kim says, you were so amazing yesterday. I took some of your advice. I started creating my notary ebook and I posted in my Instagram story this morning that I have a notary public ebook coming soon. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's awesome. I appreciate I love that. I absolutely love that. Exceptional Libra says, bro, my content will be tailored towards our missing Black brothers, international political events, Black men's love for cats, and more. My bipolar and ADHD have my mind. I'm assuming your mind's spinning. Okay, so listen, here's what I would do in that scenario. So I'm gonna give you some value right here. Hopefully, it will resonate with you. So, exceptional Libra, where will we start as an example for this? It says my content will be tailored towards our missing Black brothers. The first thing that I would do is I would pick one of those, and it may be the missing Black brothers and the international political events. And then I would start my content focused around different cases that you can find that are related to the topic at hand. So if you know of specific cases where there are missing Black men and you can tie those to anything in the political space, or you feel like they are, then you talk about those on your platform, whatever that platform is, right? So you start making your posts about that. You pick up your phone and you just start recording. You record yourself talking about it. You record yourself citing the news sources that you're finding, and each one of those becomes one of your, one of your posts, one of your videos. So the next thing that you do is you figure out a way to sort of tie all this together in a way that you can either maybe start promoting a live event where you will be having private conversations, in-depth conversations with experts on this field, on that field, and what people can do about it specifically in a specific community. And we find ways to monetize what it is that you want to do in a way that is meaningful to your audience. See, that's always the key. You could do this. One of the things like people do is, if you want to just sell something because you want to sell something, then that's fine. If you just love it and you want to promote it, I love that. I love that for you. But also too, what I love to do is if I want to find something I love, because and if I don't have my own product, which I typically do, then I will recommend something that I know will help somebody else and that I'm doing, so I know that it will help, right? So with this, I know that it will help because I'm actually doing it, right? I actually invested in that. But that's something I can also give you as a tool that will take you from point A to point B. So that's how I would start my content if I were you, exceptional Libra. I would start with some news stories or some events or some interviews of people that you can talk to who may be, involved in some of these cases, so you can help get the word out in a way that's meaningful. And that's how you can start that journey. And I guarantee you, with a topic like that, people are very interested, and I think you will grow super fast. That's where I would start. Jewel says it was revealed that there are numerous content creators afraid to show up, but have amazing business goals, but afraid of public opinion and comments. Yes, that is definitely true. Hey, Tatiana, how you doing? Hey, Queen Shay, I see you. I see you. Um, being afraid of public opinion and content and comments. So let's address that. That is something I feel like so many of us encounter. I see negative comments all the time, whether you guys know it or not. And some of you probably see them too. And what you will see nowadays is that I completely ignore those comments. And let me tell you why. If someone leaves a negative comment on my video, I never understand that because I personally, sorry, my phone was ringing. I personally will not watch something that I don't like. So it is unfathomable to me. Pop culture says I get horrible comments all the time. Listen, I trust me, I get it too. I don't respond to them anymore. I used to. And let me say that. I maybe 1% of the time I'll comment. Yo, you gotta catch me on the right day. But 9 times out of 10, I won't. And the reason is there are a couple of reasons. I want you to listen to this. Number one, again, like I said, I'm not watching nothing that I don't like. So I don't understand people who do. And I definitely ain't commenting on nothing that I don't like because that's a waste of my time because I'm not going to engage in anything I don't like. So that's number two. Number three, I understand that sometimes that is a person's only way to get reactions from anyone else because they feel like if they leave a negative comment, that will give them some type of reaction. So I don't give them that energy, right? I understand that human psychology for a lot of people is just that they want attention that they are likely not getting in their day-to-day lives. You understand what I'm saying? There's a difference between a critique and a negative comment. A valid critique, I welcome. I welcome a dissenting opinion. I welcome another thought, a way of thinking. I'm cool with that. But there's a difference between just a negative comment and a critique or a difference of opinion. So we recognize that for what it is. And honestly, it does not matter in the grand scheme. The only thing that matters is that you talk to the people that you're meant to talk to. Those other comments, they don't matter. And the final thing is this. This is going to blow your mind. It blew my mind when I really thought about it. For every negative comment that you respond to, I want you to think about all of the positive comments that you did not respond to. You chose at that moment to allow the negative comments to weigh more than the people that are showing you love. At that point, that tells me that you care more about the dislike than you care about the amount of people who love you. Okay? What up, Justin? What up, King Naquan? What's going on? That tells me that you care more about the people who have something negative to say than you do about the genuine love being thrown at you, and you're completely disregarding the positive comments that are coming your way. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy when you really think about it? That's how the mind works to spot those negative things and then spiral out of control versus looking at those positive comments that are like, yo, I love you. I see you all the time. I've been watching you for, how many days or years or weeks or whatever it may be. So um I feel like those types of that public opinion, those types of comments, they come with the territory and you just have to weed them out because they really don't matter at the end of the day. They really don't. Tarita's Take says, I missed last night. Your wealth of information and inspiration. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really, really do. C Hardy, CJ, what's going on, boo? I missed last night. Steve Harvey has even made the comment, just jump. My phrase is do it dumb. You know what I'm saying? Do it dumb. Start even if you don't know what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, done is better than perfect. So a lot of times, again, we think a lot because a lot of us are so smart. We so smart. We'll overthink ourselves right out of the blessing that is being bestowed upon us. And so why do we do that? That's a common theme for a lot of us. Why do we do that? Thank you, Brandy. I appreciate you. Like, share, and follow. He's dropping some good nuggets. Yes, thank you, Brandy. Um, More comments. Black Boy Joy, that's what it is. Didi, I'm definitely getting the starter kit. Yes, 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 yes. For those of you guys who are curious, the starter kit is basically it is my first ebook. It details my entire process of how I started in the content creation space. It details every single aspect of content creation, specifically how to monetize. And we have a 2-hour strategy session. It's broken up into 2 sessions with my client Karen, who we got her first viral video. We talk about the how much that made her from that one video alone, and then how that has spiraled into her, well, not only also leaving her salons, but also becoming a business owner and entrepreneur. And she is continuing that to this day. So we walk through that entire path. So we walk you step by step through what we did with her. And I pretty much show you her entire back end process. So you will see the back end of her analytics. We go through all of that. So nothing, no stone is left unturned. And I got to compliment her for being willing to do that, because it really showcased what we can do in terms of strategy and what you can do and how you can do it. And we leave like everything is discussed, everything is on the table. So I just, it's something that I'm super proud of. And I did not price it at a point where I felt like people could not access it. It is less than the cost of dinner, to be honest with you. It's an easy win for you if you choose to dive into it. I really hope that you do. And I love your feedback. I love hearing that something I said resonated with you as well. Shout out to the DMV sister. Hopefully you will come out to the live podcast with me and Monique Samuels on January 25th. Okay. That's going to be a good time too. You guys can meet with us live and we can chat it up. I can give you a hug for supporting us, all that good stuff like that. And of course, there'll be a DJ, all of that at the Bethesda Theater. So come on out, DMV sister. Hopefully we'll see you. 301, baby. Oh, your travel partner. That's what's up. Yes, yes, yes. That's what I'm talking about. Now that's really it. Where we going? Where we traveling to? Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. Mm, mm, mm. We could really dissect that, right? If I Let me tell y'all something. If I were overly concerned about perfection at this point, y'all, I would definitely not show up online. You gotta let go of an idea of perfection, and you just have to be okay with whatever comes out, because what ends up happening is you grow as you go, but you don't grow if you don't go. So you got to start putting your foot on the gas, because that's how you learn. You learn, I feel like you learn by doing. So as much as I do, and like I want you to be here and I want you to get this like knowledge, and I want you to see what other people are saying, and I want you to feel that encouragement. But what I want even more from that you take from this video, this live, is that you then go back and you do something else about it, right? You go in and you start executing on whatever it is that you had in store for you to do, whether that is finishing your ebook, right? Finishing your course, or just simply starting your online journey, right? Starting to document what it is that you're doing, whether it's, just doing short form videos or long form videos. Just start. That's the thing. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm like trying to just walk into this purpose thing, am I doing this perfectly? Probably not. Probably not, but I don't care, because it's at least in my heart to try. It's at least in my heart to try. So I've always known that, even though, oh, thank you, Tatiana. I appreciate that. I've always known, and as I said this last night, that Yeah, I've worked in news for a very long time. I've done radio, I've done television, I've done the morning shows, and I've been on online platforms. And for me, one of the things that I also knew is that as I grew and as I got wiser and more seasoned, that there would come a time when I would want to also teach other people how to do this thing and how to do it with ease. That is where I'm at right now, and that's why I'm showing up. I'm committed to showing up. I'm committed to helping. I'm committed to encouraging. I'm committed to providing information. I'm committed to providing value. I am committed to seeing and hopefully in some way, shape, or form ensuring that somebody else out there can say to themselves, I am going to do more today than I did yesterday. I'm going to earn more today than I did yesterday. And I'm going to make myself proud because I am not going to be where I was yesterday. That's the thing. And I had to look at my year last year. And y'all, a lot of y'all know I lost my dad in December of 2024. And I felt like I went through a whole dark and dismal period. But the highlight of my year were a couple of things. Every time I went on a group trip, I felt like I loved it. There was an energy that I got from being able to see people explore the world, right? The other thing that really, really hit me was helping people also learn how to travel. But one of the biggest impacts of my year was being able to sit down with clients and help walk them through the process. And we have cried tears in our sessions, we have prayed in our sessions, we have done all kinds of things. But at the end of the day, what people left those sessions with was they felt seen, they felt heard, they felt validated, and they felt like they had an opportunity to start. It was like they gave themselves permission to actually get started. So as I look back at my year and I reevaluated the things that made me the happiest, this is where it is. And so that is why I'm here spending my time trying to make sure that at least, if nothing else, nobody else or somebody else does not experience the year that I had last year. I don't want you to experience that. I want you to be on go all year long. I do. I want you to be on go all year long. Foot on the gas all year long. Tierra Masu, I love this name. First of all, can I just say that is my favorite dessert in general, but I love the fact that that is your your at name on here. Like that gives me life. I'm telling you. Says I'm so happy you're doing this. I created my own page last week, but have yet to make any content. So it's time. This is hopefully you see this as your sign to like hit the gas and hit the go button because there's nothing stopping you. You know what I'm saying? An online platform like a TikTok or wherever you may be is literally an opportunity for you to advertise for free. It honestly is. And there is no limit to what you can do. There is no one here to tell you that, oh, you can't post. You could go live all day if you want to. Y'all know cute. Like listen, I was gonna say something about one of the a network, right? That they make sales all day long, right? But I ain't gonna mention the platform name, but they do sales all day long. They have people who are live all day long and they be hawking them items all day long. You could do the same thing on TikTok. You could do the same thing on any platform. The goal is that you just get started. Miss Wilson says, I see people fall asleep on live because they've been there all day. Okay. And I'm gonna tell you something. Success leaves clues. There's a reason why that person is on live all day. If you ain't caught it, you need to catch it. You need to catch that. There's a reason why that person is asleep on their live and they've been live all day. They wouldn't be live all day if there wasn't some type of reward attached to it. I'm gonna let y'all know that. Whether that reward be intrinsic, whether it be financial, whether it be, some people want to be famous. I don't, that's something that I don't really care about as much anymore. I feel like I've done the things that I feel like I wanted to do. At this point now, it's about serving other people. And how do I serve other people and how do I live my best life? And you do that through serving. That's how I feel. Jewel says, definitely catch last night's replay, everyone, and get Richie's Build Faceless Wealth content package. Yes, that is also, and I'll put that in the I'll put the affiliate link. I'm an affiliate for this right here. For people who don't want to show their face online, I'm in it. I'm all knee deep in it. So I'm not going to tell you nothing that I wouldn't do. That's number one. But yes, I'm glad you mentioned that, Jewel, because that is definitely available for you as well. And I hope you dive into it because uh, I'm telling you, the thing that was crazy about that whole situation is when I jumped on as an affiliate, one of the first messages that I saw was they were having a prayer call. I was like, yo, like this is where I need to be. I'm trying to definitely improve my life. I'm trying to improve my spiritual walk. And that has been a difficult thing over the past year. So to have to be in community like that with people who are building their businesses, I like that. I like that. Constance says, I love Do It Dumb. I've been wanting to do a one-on-one and it's time. Yeah, it's time, Constance. Let's go. Let's go. Click the link. I'll put the link for that too, just so you have it. But yeah, like it's and that's what I love about it, doing it. I do one-on-ones because we really get to sit down and come up with a plan for you based on what it is that you want to do. And if you have a business, put it in the chat. And if you have something that's, that you are thinking about, an idea, let's review it real quick. And so then I can sort of help you get started. Miss Wilson says, because my crazy tail be engaging with folks in the chat while they're asleep. I ain't seen the folks asleep yet, but you know what? I'm about to be looking. Thank you, Constance. I appreciate you becoming a member. That's what's up. That's what's up. Some people feel unworthy and not deserving. Yeah, I mean, that is really and I hate to say it's a low vibrational thought, but it is a thought that a lot of us have dealt with because of what we have been through, circumstances that we had to grow up in, things that may have occurred, things that you might have done. But I'm here to tell you today that you have got to let go of that energy. That energy is not the energy that's going to take you to where you want to be. It's just not. Confidence. Let me tell you something about confidence. I want to tell y'all this. I need y'all to listen to this. And this is crazy when you realize it. I heard somebody talking about this the other day. So that level of energy of feeling unworthy and not deserving, it's low vibrational energy, right? But it's the energy that keeps people poor. Now, there are a variety of factors, right, that can keep people in a state that we have to understand. Like certain things are systemic, right? So when we take the layer of systemic issues, right, whether they can be regional issues, geopolitical issues, whatever they may be, whatever the circumstances are. But there's a place where people can get to, a lot of us can get to, right? Where we either choose to vibrate here in the undeserving and unworthy, right? And the reason why we do this is because people here who are operating at this low vibrational level, they will make you feel like you should not be confident in yourself. Confidence is seen as arrogance. Okay? I want you to understand that. Hey, Alicia, confidence is seen as arrogance amongst low vibrational people, right? So let's keep it at the low vibration, right? So if you are feeling like I have an idea, I want to start this journey, I want to do this, you may think, well, oh my God, what is so and so going to think about me, right? You believe that they're going to think that you're being hasidic. You think you're doing too much. Who are you to be doing this? right? And so that keeps you at this low vibration. Let's look at high vibrational people, right? Or maybe high net worth people. Confidence is valued at this level, right? Confidence is valued. They expect you to walk into the room with confidence. Your confidence is celebrated. So what we now know is you can't stay at the low vibration no more, because at the low vibration, you will continue to have those feelings of unworthiness, undeserving. You will continue to stay there. And honestly, you will continue to stay on this path where you're not attracting the abundance of wealth that is out there for you. But now, as we take these thoughts in our head and we start listening to people who are pushing us to be more confident, or pushing us to think higher, and pushing us to do great things. And then you realize there was never anything wrong with your confidence. There was never anything wrong with that thing that you wanted to do. There was never anything wrong except for the fact that you stayed at that low vibration a little too long. I mean, we've been talking about this for about a year now. I ain't gonna I gotta let y'all know. Like, we've been talking about this, right? For over a year. And that's how and having those conversations with the people that I'm super close to, and I'm so thankful for you. Um I've just realized that I was also undervaluing myself. I was doing that same thing to myself. So I know I'm not coming from a place where I'm lighting y'all up. I'm lighting myself up because I've been there. I've been there. Um, Laura Flawless says, at your start, what did you prioritize to turn casual viewers into loyal fans and income? New viewers, retention, or monetization, and how do they overlap? Oh, ooh, this is very, very good. Okay, so what did I prioritize to turn casual viewers into loyal fans and income? It is really one thing: consistency. I showed up even when I didn't know if people would show up. I did not care. I kept showing up. I saw a little bit of traction and I ran with it. And once I figured out what actually worked best for me, I doubled down on it. So I said, "Oh, people are resonating with this aspect of what I'm doing. Let me run." But I did a couple of things first. I started talking about a couple of different things, and I landed in the reality TV space because that was the thing that took off. Once something takes off, then you can start branching off into other things, because I showed up day after day. There were times when I was doing 3 videos a day. Okay? I was doing videos when I started. I was on vacation. I went to Dubai after I first started, and I was doing videos in my hotel bathroom in Dubai. I just didn't stop. So that is how diabolical you have to be. It is a little diabolical in terms of how you have to think, but that's why certain people succeed and they go really far, because they just don't stop. So that's the answer to number 1. I would prioritize consistency, just showing up and putting out the content. In terms of new viewers, retention, or monetization, and how do they overlap, I would say the consistency is what keeps people, is what attracts new people. I want you to look at, you can view what you do as, here's the thing. If you go to somebody's TikTok and they only have one TikTok, why would I stay? I have no reason to stay. I have no reason to keep watching those TikToks. I don't. I mean, I could watch the one and I'm okay, well, that's great. But if I look at your page and you got 300 TikToks, I'm excited now. Because now I already like you. Now I can binge what you got. Let me go down the rabbit hole. I'm going to go all the way down there. And so you have developed so much content because you just don't stop. It just builds, and that momentum builds. And that is how you, because now they start to know you, like you, and trust you. That's how you get that retention. That's how you encourage that monetization. It's because of that. Or you start monetizing at the very start, right? That's what I talk about in the Creator Starter Kit, is monetizing from the beginning. So you want to have something that you can leave your audience with that provides them with a transformation right at the start. As soon as you start creating your content, don't wait until you get big. Go ahead and create that thing now. If I were starting over, I would do and this is tea for anybody here, right? This is good for anybody here. If you're talking about reality TV, I would do an episode guide to my favorite reality TV show. And I would tell people that, oh, my episode guide is down at the bottom in case you are new to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. These are the key episodes that you need to watch, and you will find out exactly why. And I would just write descriptions for all of those episodes and what I thought about it. That's it. To be quite honest with you, I would record it in the Otter app, and then I would have it transcribed. I would have Claude AI categorize each one and make it into something pretty. Then I will put it into Canva, make it into an ebook, and then I would upload it to my TikTok or my pages, and then there you go. I just gave you the play. Shake them up, shake them up. Get out of your heads and into your hearts. Oh my God. Thank you, boo. I appreciate you and I love you so much. I don't know how I would have made it through this year without people like you just checking on me and just making sure I'm good. And I just have all the love and respect for you because you just show up, and I appreciate you so much. I'm gonna leave this up for a minute. Let's see. Do we have any questions here? I appreciate the hearts here as well. Um, Constance says, I'm used to live by make it happen. If it doesn't work, then you didn't hurt anyone. And I have to get back to that point. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, nobody's coming to save you. That at the end of the day, that's another thing. And I don't mean to sound dire when I say that, but nobody is coming to save you. So you have to figure out how to save yourself. And by saving yourself, that usually means, what am I going to do for me that is going to make me the best me as that I can possibly be? And sometimes that really is just showing up and hitting the record button and talking. I love this idea. And I say this a lot in my sessions. Document, post, activate, right? So the goal is, you want to just simply document what it is that's happening, what you love, what you're going through, whatever that may be. Post about it, and then activate your audience. Activate them by expressing to them what they can do next. What is the next step in the journey that you're going to take them on? That could be a book you've written, that could be, an extra videos, like that could be a private community. It could be anything. But at the end of the day, it's all really up to you. DMB Sister says, I am new at this and have been wanting to become a content creator for a few years, but was scared. I decided to just do it and get started. I am getting the kit. Thank you for doing this. No, I mean, listen, we have to thank you because, as I stated last night, there's an audience of people who are waiting on you and what you have to offer. And to be quite frank with you, every day that you don't put out content is a day that you are denying those people access to you and the information that you have that could potentially help them. Whether it is simply just, you could be a beauty content creator, a travel content creator, or a fitness content creator, or you love food, you like making food, or you just like trying new restaurants. What's up, LaShawn? Hey. Um, yeah, I mean, so, oh, I need to hit up your husband about his business. Okay. So I'll text you later. Um, so yeah, it's I always think about it like that. When you don't show up, you're denying somebody access to you, and you're denying somebody a solution to a problem that you can solve. Jewel says, no need to break the bank on our startup equipment either. Boom, mics, light, ingredients, etc. I'm telling you, we went to business church last night for up to 3 hours. No one moved. It was priceless. Thank you, Jewel. I really, really appreciate that. And I knew last night I said 3 hours is where I want to be. That's that's going to be my sweet spot for last night. Excuse me. That was going to be my sweet spot because I just felt in my spirit that I had a lot I wanted to get out. And I just kept going. And there were questions, and so I wanted to be able to answer the questions and also give some value too. For the free, yes, L, that was exactly what I was talking about earlier when I started with the Q thing. But I was like, they're not paying me. Sophie Chat says, yes, it is amazing that all the housewives were always looking for deals through that seller, but TikTok makes it easier for you to get your goods out there without the nod from those retail channels. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Now you can be your own version of that. You can literally get on TikTok shop, right? Or any shop on most platforms, and you can say, oh, there's a product that I'm using that I love, and I just want to start making content about it. And you can go ham on that. Who's to say you couldn't make 30 videos a day? That's why you were seeing those content creators falling asleep, okay, on their lives because they've been doing it all day. Why? Again, the success follows clues. They saw something, they did it, they ended up generating revenue from it, and now you see them doing it all the time. Period. Follow the clues. Follow the clues. There are people who are successful who are already doing these things. The link for the one-on-one consultation is it's in this link right here. I will actually put the one-on-one session link here so you can have that as well. But yeah, and then the one-on-one sessions, it's going to be a 90-minute session. It's not an hour. It's 90 minutes. We're going to actually sit. I want to know where you are now. We're going to talk about where you're headed, what you want to accomplish. Then we're going to look at what you're already doing. We're going to analyze that. We're going to look at what's working for somebody else, some other people. And then we're going to say, well, how can we make what you do click and resonate? And then we're going to start with your content plan, and then we're going to develop that. And then you're going to leave with an idea of exactly what to do step by step in order to get to where you want to be. So that's the goal for each one of my consultations. But I do have clients that I see every single month. And for those, we just continue to pound out the pavement on the plans. And I do take it consultation by consultation as well. Like, some people will get into the consultation and they really need a mind reset, right? So we have to work on removing the block that you have for making the content. There's a lot of people have a block, right? That's the first step. We got to figure out what that block is, and we got to get you around that block. And a lot of people don't really like to focus on mindset. I am very, very big on it because your mindset is likely the thing that will make you or break you. Everything else is literally just do this, do that, do this, do that. But if you can't get over the hurdle of being afraid, then we can't even get you to the point of do this, do that. Check this, do that, check this off the list, check that off the list. That is really all this is check it off the list. Sit down, do it, and that's it. It is the mind that is telling you, oh, you can't do it. Oh, God, what are they going to think? Oh, God, do I look good? Oh, God, I don't look like everybody else. Oh, God, somebody else is already doing it. Oh, God, I don't like the sound of my voice. I've heard it all. I have heard it all. Constance says, I obtained my PhD in 2025 and it's time to refocus and rebuild. The need to not care needs to return. Absolutely. First of all, yes, Tatiana, it's enough for all of us out here. That has always been my perspective. If you think like that, then you will always know that there is always room for you at the tables. Shout out to you, Constance. Congratulations, because I know that was probably not an easy feat, Um, oh yes, the chatterization days. You've been with me. I appreciate that. But now you are actually with me, like personally. So I love that. Um, which three videos, tiramisu? Which ones? Ray says, "Thank you, Richie. You are dropping major gems. Thank you, thank you, thank you." Didi, the link. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Take the reins. Yes. Document, post, activate. If you don't remember anything else from this chat, I mean, remember it all, actually. Okay. But if you don't remember nothing else, remember document, post, activate. That's gonna be that can be your guiding light throughout your entire process. If you remember just to document what it is, and honestly, maybe you don't even have an idea what you want to do yet. Just start, right? Just start. And if you want to do it faceless, there's a way for you to do that too. Don't knock the faceless, because a lot of times people think that, oh, if I do it faceless, how do I make it personal? Well, that's where we talk about how you develop your story. That's where you something like this comes in, where you are learning about how to make a faceless brand personal. And making something personal is really how you get it to resonate with people. Because at the end of the day, everything we do is about people. How do we help them? Um, Marie says, you give such solid advice. Even though I'm not about to start a channel, the gems are gemming. Yeah, I also wanted this to be for people that just, sometimes we just need a kickstart to do whatever it is that we wanted to do. It doesn't have to just be that you want to get online, you want to get on TikTok, or you want to get, you want to start making videos. It doesn't have to be that. It could just be that thing that you've been putting off, that you've been knowing that you've been wanting to do, but you've just been too afraid to do it. And you need somebody to help give yourself permission to say, you know what? I'm doing this and I don't really care anymore what anybody else thinks, because guess what? The vision came to you and you're the only ones with those two eyes that saw it. So don't expect everybody else to understand it. That's the key, is nobody else had that vision. It was you. So you are the one that needs to follow, not the people that you asking for advice. And let me say this too. When you want advice from somebody, ask somebody that's doing what you already doing. Don't ask the people that ain't doing nothing. Stop asking people for advice that ain't doing what you want to do. Right? Getting their opinion is great. I mean, it's cute, but it's not going to get you further. What will get you further is, hey, you might want to ask that person, do you know somebody who's doing this? No, that's the key. If you ask that person, hey, do you know anybody that's doing this? And they say, yep, hold on, let me pull out my phone. I'm going to give you somebody. Those are the people that you want in your life. I ain't going to need a lot of you. Those are the people that you want. You got to have some people in your life that's going to say, yep, I got just the connect you need. Let me put you in contact with so and so and so and so. Boom. That's what you want. One Love Life A says, I respect you much, DJ. Thank you for this. I thank you. And I appreciate you so much for that. Sophie Chat says, I need to watch the replay from last night. Yes, please, please, please go back and watch that. Last night's live is definitely on my page. It yeah, it's literally it's like a couple of videos down. That's it. You can be able to see it. Ash B. Nolan says, I want to do a podcast, but I'm anxious. That's a natural feeling. Let me say, first of all, it's natural to feel anxious about something that you've never done. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't let that stop you. Pick up the phone and start recording. What do you want to talk about in your podcast? You know, let's write it down. Let's start imagining what that would look like. It really all starts here. Once you start imagining what that is, I say pick up your phone and just start talking about the thing that you want to talk about. A great place to start, I tell people this now, is TikTok. You can literally just talk about what you want to talk about and then test it out. And then start looking at where you want your podcast to reside. Once you figure that out, just start doing the podcast. Do it on your phone. There are podcast apps out there. Do you want to show your face? Maybe you don't want to show your face. There are apps that will allow you to do that too. So, but at the end of the day, if you want to start a podcast, you have got to, in some way, shape, or form, be willing to put something out there. And that the time to start is now. So, yes, anxiety will exist, but we don't let anxiety stop us from doing the thing, do we? No, no. We walk through the anxiety. How do we walk through the anxiety? One step at a time. That's it. One little step, one little step, one little step, one little action. Keep taking those one little steps, and that's how you break through it. But we don't let anxiety stop us from doing what we want to do because we know that everything that we want is on the other side of fear. So if we want it bad enough, then we're going to walk through it to get it. Right? Right. LaShawn says, thanks for the confirmation. Oh, listen, I mean, um, I, I feel like I'm just doing what I'm supposed to be doing at this point. So, I'm just glad there was a confirmation to be gotten, and there's a next step that you can take. I would love to know what that next step is at some point, and if there's any way that I can help, I got you. Um, That's it, baby girl. We can all be each other's first followers. That's what ended up happening last night. People just started sharing what they do. And the next thing you know, people were saying, oh my God, I need this. I need to know how you do that. And that became confirmation for those people who were looking to create something that, oh, the idea has been validated now simply because they were in the chat. But again, you become a conduit for connecting people. So I had no idea that that was going to happen when I first had the idea to do this. All I knew was that I had it in my mind that I wanted to do it, and then the dots started connecting and things started happening just because I took that first step. Yes, it was at the end of the Love and Marriage Huntsville review. Oh, Tierra Masu, when I said I did 3 videos a day, that was kind of, I don't I do I do that now? I kinda still do, but, it depends. At that point in time in the beginning, they were pre-recorded. I did them and then I uploaded them, right? Now I have a way where I can manipulate the, editing and just kinda do it in real time, so it will be different, and I love going live now. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Tell the people, though, having a faceless page will definitely help you, or some type of faceless channel will help you get to where you need to be for those people that don't want to be on camera all the time. For me, at this point, I don't really care about, like I have my own channels that I told y'all about yesterday that I showed you that that were doing that were doing well. So now I know I need to focus more on that, but they don't require me to show up. So at some point when they take off, I'm just gonna sit back and I'm gonna be like, y'all, I'm on vacation for about a month, you know, but I'll still be taking on clients. Okay. I'll still be doing that. Um, yeah, get on. I'm telling y'all, man, get on in if you get in the faceless, learn about the faceless, do it and do it now. I'm trying to tell you, if you are the type of person that just I want to do this, I don't want to be on camera, get into the link, get into this link. I'm about to put it in the live again. Hold on. Stand by. Stand by. I'm about to drop it in there for you. I'm about to drop it in there for you. Hey, happy new year to you too. House of Glam. That's why I started a separate vlog channel for those days that I know I should be posting, but look a mess. Yes. And it's such a smart thing to do, right? This is the place where then you take all that footage, especially if you are in like a travel space, you can then take that footage that you've had from your travels and now you can put all that together and you can make travel videos for people who just want to see someplace new and you are always on the go, so that is That's literally it's gold for you. And I love your video. So, I'm already a fan. Jazzy B says, yes, I'm starting mine at the end of the month. For months, I was searching for a space to record and got an apartment that has a separate loft space. I am so excited. Jazzy B, that's what I am talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And sometimes it is about finding that little nook in your home where you can feel like, okay, this will be my spot. I am thankful that I'm able to create a little space for myself here. I painted the walls black again because I like just the aesthetic of it all. And you do feel good when you have that space, when you have that, like, just that little corner where you can say, okay, all right, let's let's get that popping. Hold on. I don't know what's happening here. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, cool. All right, we back. We back. We back. All right. So, let's see. Did I miss any comments, y'all? We got to where we can find last night's live. Okay, so what I want to kind of implore for you or implore right now is when we leave this live, my hope is that you take out a notebook, right? This is what I want you to do. Take out a notebook. I'm a physical person, right? So I need to see things in writing, right? I need to see it written in my own handwriting. You might be a notes person, you might be a note like it's like some type of other platform where you can like take notes or whatever, but you have got to start putting pen to paper. And if you do nothing else, I want you to write down the 3 things that you can do tomorrow or tonight to start you on your way. What is that going to be? Just, I want you to give me 3 things that you are going to do to start executing on this idea that you've had for your content, or this idea that you've had for your podcast, this idea that you've had for your book, this idea that you have had to start generating revenue outside of what it is that you're already doing, outside of your 9 to 5, outside of, whatever it is that your contract that you have. What is that going to be, that thing that you do that gets you excited, that's going to help someone else? What is that thing? Right? What is that thing? I want you to write 3 of those things down and write today's date. That's the first thing that I want you to do, because it's got to start with writing the vision and making it plain. I'm the same way. If I don't write it down physically, I won't do it. It won't get done. So I literally have to have these reminders for myself because I have so many things happening, right? There's trips, there's events coming up, there is a lot to prepare for and a lot to take care of. But at the end of the day, again, this right here, doing this is also a huge commitment for me that I'm unwilling to budge from. I'm unwilling to not do this at this point. So, how are you going to show up for yourself? What are the 3 things you're going to execute on? What are the 3 things that you're going to do? That's literally what we do in every one of my sessions. What are your next action steps? All right. So so when I say NAS, if I say NAS in a session to you, I got that from one of my mentors. That means next action steps. All right. For some of you, it will be diving into the creator kit. Like the creator starter kit is where you can start. Some of you guys, that will be either figuring out what the name of your podcast is going to be, what you're going to talk about, all right, what your niche is going to be, what you're going to explore with people, or what your first topic is going to be. And then the next step, the third step should be, I'm just going to hit record and I'm going to create an episode. I'm going to upload a video. I'm just going to start talking, and I'm going to give myself some time to start getting used to the sound of my own voice, because I do know that a lot of you also are not used to hearing your voice recorded, and that playback will get you every time, but you can't let that playback stop you. If I let that playback stop me, I would never create any content, because I don't really care for the sound and the tenor of my voice. But at the end of the day, this voice has gotten me to where I am, and so can your voice. So I want you to start getting used to it and start embracing it. And for those of you that want to be on camera, start embracing your how you look, how you show up, right? And how can you elevate that? How do you say, I'm going to go beyond what it is that I just thought about myself, and those low vibrational thoughts of feeling unworthy? How am I going to elevate myself to now having that confidence that it takes to walk into a room, to show up on camera, to speak your mind, to say your piece, to promote your product, to promote your service, to promote your book, right? Because that's what this all is. You're going to be promoting something. You are going to be promoting something, and don't let anybody tell you or shame you into not, because it is that thing that is also your gift to the world. Or if you are promoting someone else's product, like an affiliate product, then you are providing an avenue for which somebody else can now do something, right? You're giving them a solution to a problem that you may have had. So when you see people on a shop video and they're promoting a product, what they are doing is they are recommending something. They're opening a door for which you can now enter, and you can now feel those feelings. You can find that resolve. You can get what you need out of that situation. And then you 9 times out of 10, you will go and tell somebody else about something that you love. You will talk about a show that you love to your friends, your coworkers, but you will not do it on your own platform that will actually take you far. Some of you won't. Some of you won't. Some will, some won't. Demetria Nicole says, thank you, Richie, for not gatekeeping and for encouraging us. Honestly, first of all, you're welcome. Um, I think somebody said it in the chat. There is, what's up, Gino? I ain't seen you in a minute. A shout out to my boy Gino, who is in the chat. If you need home improvement, Gino is your guy. House of Glam says, oh, I sound horrible, but I've always sounded like this, so oh well. I do not think you sound horrible, but I understand that feeling though. But you do not let that stop you, which is what I love. And just think about where you would be if you did. If you let that stop you, where would, like, oh my God, like so many people would not have what they have. Let me just say that, right? DMB sister says, I'm watching the replay, so I'm behind. I too really appreciate that you are not a gatekeeper and willing to help us. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to be able to provide an outlet that allows people to get to where they want to be in a way that didn't provide much friction financially, and you could say, okay, I can grab this for less than the cost of dinner, and I can get the steps that I need, and I can move forward and execute with confidence. That's the thing. I want it to be, my hope is that you can execute with confidence and with ease, and you can quiet those voices in your head that limit your thinking. That is literally the goal with all of this. And if we can get you there, then the world has opened up to you. The world is yours at that point. You have the keys and you can run at that point. You are unstoppable. When you get to that place, nothing will stop you. What they say, nothing can stop you. You all the way up. Oh, Gino, I've been in Atlanta, Georgia working. See you soon, brother. All right. Stay safe down there. What's going on, Bianca? Happy Monday. Hey, everybody. I see you. What's up, Virginia? So that's the play. Hopefully, this session was beneficial. Hopefully, you took something from it. Hopefully, you leave inspired. And honestly, hopefully you go and inspire somebody else. I want you to know when if you don't do that thing that you want to do, somebody else is not going to be inspired. And that is just that's that oh my God, that's horrible. That is horrible. When you really think about it, if you deny someone that opportunity to see you and to see you thrive, then man, that they sometimes will see themselves in you. And when they can see themselves in you and they know they can do what you're doing, man, like do you understand where we would be as a society if everybody just started stepping up in that way? And to be quite honest with you, don't ever be ashamed or think that you shouldn't do what you're doing as a business. Because guess what? Your cup needs to be full in order for you to inspire the masses. So you should be profitable. Your knowledge should pay you. You should be able to help people and provide a service, and you should be compensated for what you're doing and for what you know. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. And so oftentimes we've been indoctrinated to think that, oh, I don't want to sound too salesy. I don't know why not. A closed mouth does not get fed. It doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. If you can provide somebody with a quicker path to get to where they want to be, then you absolutely should be paid for that. And don't be ashamed of that because a lot of people are. A lot of people are afraid. That is another thing that I run into with clients is that they have this fear of charging their worth. And I'm like, why? Why? I've had that problem as well in the past. But then you have to ask yourself, well, why? Do I not value what I have to offer? And once you start saying to yourself, oh, yes, I do value what I have to offer. I do know that this is good advice. I do know that I can help people. I do know that I have every right to do exactly what it is that I want to do. That is when you get to the point again where you can become unstoppable. That's where we want to get you guys to going. A Kiki with Kita says, how often do you have these sessions? So I literally just started last night. I do client work one-on-one during the week, but I wanted to start doing these sort of activation sessions online because I really did not advertise that I work with clients. So I was like, why am I sitting here holding all this in when I could be helping people at least get to the next step, right? If somebody works with me one on one, it's usually because they've asked, hey, do you work with people one on one? So I set up a link. That was literally it. That's how it all started. Um, and from there, I just would take clients here and there, and then it started to build and it started to grow. And so I said, okay, in 2026, I am going to help more people. How do I help more people? I'm just going to get on here and I'm just going to start giving the knowledge that I know, and those who need it and who want it will meet me there. Um, and I heard Bose from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills on a podcast. She was really, really good. And she said that she always trusts that her destiny will meet her wherever she is going. And that's really what I'm doing. So how often will I be doing these? My goal is to do them 4 to 5 times per week for the next couple of weeks. Um, I will be on vacation. Well, not vacation, but I have a group trip coming up in March. So it may be a little tricky or iffy then, but we'll see. But the goal is to do these daily because I know that people need encouragement, especially right now. And I had to also ask myself, for as much as we talk about, reality TV, as much as we talk about, entertainment news, what else can I do what can I put out into the universe that's positive also, that's helpful to people, that's encouraging, that's motivational, that gives somebody some hope? Because I feel like you can go online and you can see a lot of negativity. So what can I do to put something positive back? And I know that that's going to require my time. And I'm willing to put in that time because somebody will leave this live and they will remember something that I said or something that somebody said in the chat. It will resonate them and they will make a change. And they won't have the year that I felt like I had last year when I felt like I was at my lowest, but it was working with clients. It was taking those trips. Those were the things, and my close family, those were the things that got me through. And so I'm just here to let somebody else know that. And there's a little bit of this, I got to tell y'all the truth, that I'm doing for me. Um, because I know that I was so low last year, I have got to be active about staying in positive spaces. And when you are showing up in this way, and this is something that I also love, that I also tell people, start coaching somebody. It will force you to level up in ways that you never expected, right? Because you start to hear yourself talk about what a person should be doing and how they should be moving and what they should do as the next step. And you start to realize, oh, there's a disconnect with how I'm doing my own real life in the background. So I've got to now step up. And so these sessions right here, they inspire me to continue to step up. Um, Dr. Do It Yourself. I like that name. Says, thank you, Richie. You're amazing. We appreciate you. I am so appreciative of y'all. My boo, Miss Jenkins says, I call that foundation season that God takes us through. You have such a great spirit, Richie. Thank you so much. I'm trying every day. Listen, I ain't perfect. I ain't there yet, but I'm definitely somebody that's just trying to make a difference. But I appreciate you. Katie Lede says, thank you, Richie, as a mass communications major in broadcast journalism. That was me too. This is very helpful. I love your channel, and one day we'll meet. I'm claiming it. I really needed this. God bless you. I'm so excited about that, and I'm super excited to find another communications major. Um, yeah, that's exciting to me, and I hope we do meet as well, because then I can give you a hug for being supportive. So I appreciate that. Let's see here. Jazzy B says, I help my friends with their finances and they make more money than I do, but I'm blessed to be able to help them and be that example for them. That's what it's about right there. That's what it's about. And your reward is it. I think that what you probably don't see it yet is that thing that financial thing is on its way to you too. And so I think now you can probably figure out, how to monetize that even further, because you got proof of concept, because your friends are being blessed in ways that, they're being blessed because you are helping them. So I think we could probably package that and monetize that further. But anyway, y'all, I'm getting a little hoarse, so it's probably time for me to go have some more water, rehydrate myself, get some tea, and get some dinner. We'll be back at this, I think, tomorrow at 6 p.m. For those of you guys that need some more, we'll give you as much knowledge as possible. Hopefully, this is a safe space for you, especially if you're a creator, an entrepreneur, or just somebody that has been wanting to do something to upscale and up and level up in their life in some way, shape, or form. We'll have another one of these sessions. We might talk to some people as well. I definitely want to start getting some people on so that they can also encourage you as well and give you their story and tell you what has worked for them, because I know that it will also be impactful. And I just want to continue to grow this as a platform, and we'll see what happens. But with that being said, if I don't see you tomorrow morning with some news, then we will see you tomorrow evening for some more of this rich talk. Okay. So with that being said, make sure you guys are, either subscribed or you're following. And of course, I will see you in the next one.